Yo, here we go. This video we're going to cover the most common and very profitable item you can find in the Garrison, and that is Card of Omens. With this item, you're going to be able to print 15% to 30% gold gains every day. Let's get into it. In your Garrison, you're going to want three things for Cards of Omens. Number one, you're going to want the primary profession, Inscription. Warlords of Draenor Inscription specifically. This is going to allow you to do daily crafts. Second thing you're going to want to do is make sure you have a scribe's quarters. This scribe's quarters is going to allow you to do work orders. Work orders will give you more Warpaints. Warpaints turn into Cards of Omens, which turns into gold. Third thing you're going to want is Warlords of Draenor Herbs. So many herbs. You're going to want more herbs than you can even handle. Be sure to check the auction house for herbs under 1 gold. You find them, buy them. Buy them as many as you can. You're going to always use them. You're going to always need them. Just buy them all. I wrote up a TSM string to search and hide herbs that are over a gold so they don't even show up. Go ahead and buy all of these. If it's not under a gold, it's not a bargain. I don't want it. TSM video in detail coming up soon. Already being worked on. Once you have the profession, start doing the daily craft cooldown for Warpaints. Easy peasy. Once you do it, it's going to start leveling your inscription. As you're leveling your inscription, you're going to want to craft the Cards of Omens as you're leveling it, because this will actually level your inscription, which means your daily craft for Warpaints will be more Warpaints. Just makes it more profitable. All my characters have been maxed for a long time. Once your inscription is level 100, you can just do the Warpaint daily every single day and stack up the Warpaints as high as you want to go. I typically will stack them up high and then I'll batch them out in batches. Over 1,000 Warpaints is a little bit over an inventory worth of Cards of Omens. It doesn't matter if you have to do this right away. You can do it whenever you have time, so just keep it in the bank, and that's money in the bank, dude. Switched over to my herb miller, and we're going to go take a look at the scribe's quarters. On the way down there, you're going to want to keep an eye out in this area right here. This area spawns a visitor called Samantha Scarlet. She sells herbing recipes that allow you to mass mill these things. You're going to want to mass mill, just makes your life easier because you're going to go through so many of these. So as soon as you find Samantha Scarlet here, go ahead and buy each one of those recipes. They cost cerulean. Buy them, and that is now your mass milling character. All of your herbs, you can set up a TSM string to mail to this character. Then, all you do is you collect all the herbs, you get fat stacks like this, and then it makes milling it very simple. All you have to do is go in here and create all. And it will just start milling through them at a larger rate. It's going to mill 10 at a time. Saves you on clicking, saves you space, it's good to go. One of the things you're going to want to make sure you do in the scribe's quarters is to assign a follower with the inscription profession. This will boost your work orders that are produced through the scribe's quarters. Just extra gains. You can farm one out. Admiral Taylor is free, or you could recruit one at the Lunar Fall Inn level 2. Depends on the time you want to spend. Let's go take a look at the scribe's quarters. I jumped onto this character, and I wanted to show you that this character does not use inscription, and that's okay, because he still collects Warpaints with work orders, and he still processes those Warpaints into Cards of Omens. This little scribe in every single hut will create you Cards of Omens. All you do is you craft them through him. You don't have to craft them yourself. You can use the worker bee in your inscription quarters. That opens up your professions to use for something more profitable. More videos coming soon. Go ahead and get comfortable at your scribe's quarters. This is a good place to Netflix and craft cards. When you stack these high, you're going to be crafting a lot of cards. You can just leave them on here, crafting automatically. Easy peasy. These work orders, when these work orders are filled up and they're 5 full days worth of work orders, you're going to get 280 cards worth of cards out of that work order group, which turns into 1,000 gold. 1,000 gold profit, not net gold. You're gonna have plenty of gross gold. It's gonna be 1,000 gold profit per character. There's ways to boost that up because all of your inscription gains are going to be coming from these Warpaints. Your inscription gains coming from these Warpaints means, where do we get the Warpaints? Well, we get them from the inscription profession. We get them from the rushed work orders from the mission table. We get them from the primal spirits from the mission table. And if you use all 4 of those, then you're going to be fully operational when it comes to these cards of omens. And you're going to be netting more than 280. You're going to be netting about 580 cards per 5-day clear, which equals to about 2,000 gold profit. So times that by your roster amount, 45 characters for me, each character making 2,000 gold profit, talking 90,000 gold profit every 5 days just for these cards of omens. No grinding mobs, no struggling out in the world, no auction house fighting with whales, just gold profit for the Gainsmakers. Next tip I want to cover is use a Grand Expedition Yak or a Traveler's Tundra Mammoth to buy these large parchments. Light parchments. You're going to want 1,000,000 of these things. So you buy them in bulk and then you dump them in your personal bank. Using this small building for your storehouse, you can access your personal bank right from your garrison. So you run right over here, select your guy, TSM banking. Once you set this up correctly, you can have a light parchment, and then you can move them all to your bank, easy as peasy, just like that. Super big time saver. You can fill up your bank with all kinds of light parchment and materials so that you don't have to carry it in your bags. Speaking of TSM, you're going to want to set up mailing operations. Mailing operations, you have all your herbs going to one character. That one character is burning all your herbs into cerulean, and that's your cerulean character. All your other characters are going to be making these cards of omens, so you want them to be mailing to an individual character as well. So that this way, all of your cards of omens are stacked on one character, and you can just sit on that character and pop cards until your eyes bleed. So once you set that up correctly, it will mail out all of your items, and you should be good to go on that section. TSM video is going to be complicated, but it's pretty critical because it manages all of your operations and prices and everything, and it is amazing. So once you've crafted all those cards, and I jumped over to my character that houses all my cards, you just start opening them. You can keybind this open so that you can just spam it away. Spam it away and you're going to get these cards in your inventory. These cards are vendor items. So you just open a bunch of your card of omens. You're going to be getting blood cards out of it. Your blood cards are worth a little bit of copper, up to 6,000 gold apiece. You won't get those 6,000s a lot, but you will get them. So you just pop open a bunch of these. I'm just going to let it run for a little bit. Some of these are individually named. They're all called blood card, but they're individually named. So what you'll have to do is sell them, and you can get an add-on called scrap to sell them easily. You can automate that once you apply them as junk items. You put them as junk items, sells them off, you're good to go. Clears them out of your inventory. So that's basically how this shuffle works. The shuffle, is it profitable? Yeah, it's still profitable. Is it worth it? Yeah, it's still worth it. This is only a part of the system. So some people have done millions of these cards, some people have done hundreds of these cards. I myself have 2 accounts. I've flipped on this account 442,000. On my other account, let's take a look. So on this account, I've flipped 454,000. So just under 1 million total cards flipped. It's worth it. I mean, it takes time, it takes effort, just like everything does. I've opened up 77 of these 6,000 gold cards. Get an add-on that tracks the card opening. It's a fun little stat so that you can see how long you've come and what kind of profit you're making. It's very beneficial. So, in 2022, is this worth it to do? I recommend it. I'm trying to make easy gold in the Garrison, and I'm trying to make easy gold on a lot of different characters. And this is a pretty simple, straightforward way to do it. And anyone can set it up. So, yep, I do recommend it still. However, that's just one piece of the gold making on each one of my characters. And somehow 2,000 gold every 5 days was not good enough. I wanted more gold gains and easier ways to farm it. So in the next video, I'm planning to cover Garrison gold making, min-max racials and classes. Which classes work best and which racials work best for that gold Garrison grind. And this is just a dude gaming. Wow, get it right, dude. And I'm out of here.